Hi, and welcome to Buildings of Tomorrow. My name is John Lester, and in today's episode, we're talking about room automation and why it's so important for the control of a building. I'm joined today by Jonathan Copley, a marketing manager for room automation at Siemens Smart Infrastructure. Jonathan, thank you for joining us.
Well, it's great to be here, John.
Room automation. Please give us the introduction. What is it and why is it so important?
That's an interesting question. I think we should start by looking at the situation in many buildings where we do not have room automation at all. If you can imagine, there is a primary plant, a place where heat or cool is produced. It's very often in the cellar of the building, sometimes on the rooftop. And what happens if there's no room automation is that all this heating or cooling is just pumped around the building, but it's not known whether the rooms actually need the heat or the cool. They may be very hot already, people are opening the windows, and the primary plant just doesn't know. And you could say this is a little bit like having no connection between your stomach and your brain if you're a human being. Your brain doesn't know that your stomach is full, so you just carry on eating. That's how it is with the energy. It's there, it's being produced, but the controllers of the primary plant don't know whether or not it's really needed. So it's pumped around the building needlessly.
So at the most basic level, if you have no room automation, you have no idea what's happening in the room, so you're producing energy and you're sending energy for no reason.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, sometimes you find there's just a very simple radiator valve if it's a heating system. Very basic. The result is the room is often much too hot or much too cold. Sometimes people open windows when their office or their school classroom is much too hot. All of the energy just pours away.
Okay. So you introduce room automation. What difference does this make?
So in a system that has room automation, what you would find is the room has sensors that measure temperature, of course, but other parameters like humidity and CO2. Various other things. And then there's a controller that controls, let's say, the temperature to a comfortable level, maybe 22, no more and no less. But that's not the end of the story, because each room is able to communicate its needs down to the primary plant. And that means that the production of heating or cooling is controlled by whether the rooms need it or not. In an extreme case, if all the rooms are warm enough or cool enough, the primary plant can be switched off.
You can turn it off? Okay, so not only do you control what goes into that room specific for those individual needs, but you can also communicate this to the central demand generation plant and really decide what's required at the source.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah,
but it actually goes much further than this, because there are many additional ways of saving energy. And what you often find in rooms that are automated today is that there is perhaps a presence sensor, and that also controls the lighting. If there is no movement in the room for a certain amount of time, then the lighting can be switched off. And equally, if the whole thing is integrated, the room temperature set point can be reduced from a normal 22 down to 18 degrees. And that, of course, saves you a lot of energy.
Okay, so it's not just the temperature control or the HVAC control that we're talking about. It could be the lighting and other aspects of the room.
Yeah, absolutely. And more, we're interested in making rooms that are healthy and productive. And that also means controlling CO2, which has a big impact on people's performance, their alertness, ability to make decisions. This is coming more and more as a trend in room automation. So It's going a lot deeper than just controlling temperature.
Yeah, so the controlling of temperature focused on energy efficiency or sustainability, but there's other aspects that we need to look at to really complete this holistic picture of what room automation is.
That's exactly right.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, John.
And thank you all for joining us here on Buildings of Tomorrow. Please feel free to comment, like, or share this episode, and ensure to subscribe to us here on this channel. We'll see you again soon.